Welcome to Head Kick Audio. I got a special guest and a headliner. I've got half of the main event of RUF54, which takes place April 22nd at the Celebrity Theater in downtown Phoenix, Arizona. A man who needs no introduction, but I got Bobby Moffett anyway. The Wolfman, who has got a record of 16-6, training out of Fight Ready. Now, I'm pretty stoked I get to call your fight. I get to see you fight live for the first time. Main events are nothing new to you. Okay, you're a veteran of the sport. You fought on damn near every show anyone can imagine. So, on a 3-fight win streak, talk to me, man. How's camp going, and what are we looking at on April 22nd?
Yeah, camp, it was like a 2-week camp or something like that, um, honestly, I didn't really even believe the fight was going to happen. So I don't really have even much. I mean, I looked up Daniel and, saw his fight style. I didn't see too much, I saw like, really all I could find is like some older fights and stuff. So, I have an idea of what I'm prepared for, what I'm in for, for with this guy. So I've been doing camps for a lot of the other fighters, recently, like Henry Corrales and JSP. They've been having their fight camps, and I've been one of their main training partners, and I love. It's actually one of my favorite things is being able to help, my teammates out. So it keeps me in shape, and I get a different look. I like, sometimes I have to be the bad guy, so it's cool. I'm in shape. I'm ready to do this,
Well, the bad guy is not necessarily always a bad thing, right? You're going to come in here April 22nd and spoil this guy's night. You're looking to put him away, extend that streak to 4, and then what are we looking at afterwards?
I don't look too much at after fighting, after the fight. The biggest thing about fighting is staying focused and thinking about winning, all the possibilities that can happen in that cage, so first comes the win, and then I'll start thinking about what happens afterwards, but similar to even how my last fight was, I took that fight on 8 days notice, something like that. And it's really just back to the grind, like I love to go into the gym. I love to train. That's the thing I love most about being a fighter, is that I get to live a life where I get to go to the gym every day. Like Sundays are my family days, and those are great. Those are my favorite days. I would never change those for anything. But like when it comes to my way of making money, and I get to go to the gym and do that, like, and then at the end of it, I get like a little excitement, and I get to fight somebody. Like that's fighting. The act of fighting another person is the hardest thing to do when it comes to this kind of life. But I'm looking forward to winning, and then afterwards, I don't really think about that too much. We'll see. I'm sure I'll just go right back into training and hopefully get another short notice fight.
So do you prefer these short notice fights?
Honestly, right now in my career, it's been easier. It's just been easier to do short notice, like, because I like to help people out, and I'm working at the gym all the time, and it's hard to dedicate. And I'm not saying I'm not against it, but it has been harder to dedicate a full 6-week camp. I haven't gotten the opportunity to, because the majority of the time I get offered these fights, I say yes, and then something happens and the guy pulls out. So those long camps haven't been given to me, and that's fine. I always love being in the gym, like I love training, I love grinding, I love just sweating and working hard, like this is what I enjoy, that's what's fun to me, is the training, and fighting somebody is like a consolation prize, it's not really about that. It's about I like the whole experience, you know. I like getting into the gym, sweating, grinding, getting ugly and beating your friends up, and then, you know, talking about it afterwards and learning and stuff like that is all fun to me. And I hope one of these days, damn, I can get like a 6-week camp. But, you know, until then, I'll just keep beating people up on 2 weeks notice, you know.
Well, and that's very strange because it's usually the polar opposite. Usually people hate the training camp and they're all about the fight, right?
Yeah.
So why is that so different for you?
I just love getting tired, you know, like I really feel accomplished that day when I put myself through a whole bunch of crap, you know, like I went in, I get in early, I teach a private, then I taught, then I go hard with my team for 2 hours, and then after that I go and I lift, and then I get back to the gym and I teach another private, and then I go running, then I'm still at the gym and I teach classes, and then after that maybe I do another workout. Like I like pushing myself, you know, like I like just being at the gym, you know. It's just fun. It's fun for me. Like it's, yeah, of course I would love, because I've got a little girl, you know, I love to be home more, you know, and spend time with her, because she's the best thing about coming home, you know. I don't know if you'll end up hearing her, but normally when she knows I'm in the room, like she'll come up to the door and just start knocking, dad, dad. So you might hear her in the background, right? That hanging out with my family, like that is obviously one of my favorite things to do, you know. I can't take that away. But when it comes to being at the gym, that's just, you know, just my home away from home, you know.
I got you. Well, two things that I'll touch on is that's probably why you never get tired in your fights, because you completely exhaust yourself in training so that you're ready for that type of thing. And I'm a girl dad, so we don't mind that here. So if there's knocking, if there's some chatter back there, we're all groovy. My little
Good.
girl's in the other
Good.
room. You know what I mean? So we love that because we are much the same over here.
Yeah.
Now, short training camp, but these last couple weeks or whatever, who was getting you ready?
Well, so I was getting JP ready for his fight, so in turn he was getting me ready, you know. And then it's up to me to do all the extra stuff, you know, like after I'm only obligated, I mean, besides training with myself and the team and stuff, like I'm only obligated to come in there and work with him when he needs me, you know. Like if you want to think about it like that, like if I was lazy, that's the only thing I have to do. Oh, come in and just work out with JP and help him out and get him ready, and then, you know, talk about the things he needs to work on, and then boom, I can get out of there. But you know, then I usually end up doing something else after, you know, lifting, running, riding the bike. Well, actually, I won't say running, because running has been something I just started doing last week. I've been switching my cardio up just a little bit. I've been doing more bike. But it's something new. I like actually going hard on the bike a little bit more, because people don't like that, and I don't like it. And it's way easier to lose myself in a run. So it's just something different to do now, and just mentally exhaust me sometimes. But yeah, JP really has been getting me ready. And then I mean, he had his thing with his fight. So after that, pretty much our last sparring rounds was my last sparring round. So, you know, I'm just stay ready, you know.
Well, I mean, you're at the appropriate name gym then. You are fight ready year round. I mean,
Yes.
that's pretty damn perfect. Pretty damn
Yeah.
perfect. And you're setting a great example for all the other fighters there that maybe want to follow in your footsteps. If you're constantly fight ready, then you don't have to worry about taking short notice fights. I like the mentality here. I definitely think you're on the right track.
Fit right here.
I think so. I think so. How did you land over at Fight Ready?
So I met Coach Eddie at the lab. We were there first, and he ended up leaving for Fight Ready, and then a couple of my other training partners left, and, you know, I was still really close friends with those people, and obviously I was learning a lot from Coach Eddie, and I don't have anything against The lab, I love those guys over there. They've got good coaches and stuff. At the time, I just felt like it was best to follow Coach Eddie, and I feel like it's worked out, so it's a good fit over here. I like Fight Ready. I like Scottsdale. It's a cool spot.
All right. And I know you're not originally from Arizona, so how the hell did you end up over here in the desert?
So my manager at the time thought that coming out originally to the lab would have been a good fit for me. So I came out 2016, like March. I stayed March to April. I did just like a month out here just to see if I liked the gym and everything. And I did, obviously. And then I did a fight camp. And then I did another fight camp. And then 2017, I was like, nothing against anybody at my old gyms and stuff, but, just things were going on, with the old gyms I used to train at, and we weren't seeing eye to eye anymore. And it was just a better opportunity to get better if I moved, so I made the trek out here, drove 25 hours. That was fun. And I've done that drive a few times now from pretty much Chicago to Phoenix, and it's not bad. I don't mind it, but yeah, it was a good fit. Coming out here, I like Arizona. I like the heat.
Yeah, well, you have to. I mean, if not, then you would have been,
I've been out of here, back to the snow. No, hell no. I'd much rather deal with 120 degrees than anything negative. All right, like I just don't want to do that anymore.
I definitely hear that. People find it odd. I don't even like snow. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
Get out of here with
that. Out here?
Yeah, Tucson, born and raised. I live here in the South Side.
You never experienced snow as a kid. Snow is only fun and like the first 2 days. And when you're walking home and the plows put a big snowbank up on the side and you get to play on that like King of the Hill. Like that is fun. Like the only time snow is fun is when you're a kid or you're like addicted to like skiing and snowboarding, but I couldn't care about those things. So yeah, not too much fun.
So I'm not missing out on anything.
No.
Look, I'm excited to see you fight. Is there anything, without giving a game plan away, if you were to have one, is there anything? No, you're good. Is there anything that we're going to see different this time out?
Different from like my last fight?
Just from your previous fights. Is there anything that you've been working on that you're looking to showcase?
My last fight, I went out there with kind of like a chip on my shoulder a little bit. And I didn't really let go, I was kind of like laughing at him when he was throwing punches at me or smiling, so part of me didn't really take him too seriously, so I didn't really get to show everything that I know that I can do. And then I just went to my bread and butter and finished it there. But, when you get to this point in your career, you think to yourself, man, maybe I should just show everybody that I'm actually good at other things too. Or I could just choke him, So the good thing about having as many fights as I have is that you can feel, a little bit what this person really wants. Like I've seen, I don't want to say I've seen it all, but I've seen quite a bit, and I feel like I can tell where this guy wants the fight to be or where he doesn't want the fight to be, and then I will take it accordingly. I'll see my opportunities. I'm not going to force anything new to happen. I know this guy is tough. he has some submission losses. He has some TKO or KO losses, but he also has some wins from that too. So, you know, I know his best bet is to keep the fight standing, right? So, you know, if I wanted to just play it safe, then I'll just, you know, do my normal thing, set up my shots, take him down, and then smother him and finish him, you know? If he doesn't give me that opportunity, then I can surely finish it standing, you know, if I have to.
Well, see, and that's the beautiful thing about this sport is you take it where you want it. You don't have to necessarily, engage in a stand-up war if you don't want to. If it's like, you know what, hey, I just don't feel like doing that today. I'd rather get my cash a lot sooner. So I'm just going to grab this leg and choke this guy out or break his arm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I love this sport, is because the fighters get to dictate where the fight plays out. And when you have a guy that's good at striking versus a guy that's good at striking, you're going to get a good fight. When you have two good grapplers, you're going to get a good fight. And when you get Bobby Moffett in the cage, you're going to get a good fight. I mean, it's just the way that these things go. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm ecstatic. I'm like a little fangirl over here. So, look, I want to get this question out of the way because I have a feeling, I've stalked you a little bit on the social media, so I have a feeling you're going to knock this one out of the park, right? So everybody that comes on my show, they got to answer this question. Nobody gets a pass, not even you. Okay? So on April 22nd, when the ref raises your hand and Dave Velvet announces you as a winner, I want to know how you're going to celebrate with your victory meal.
Victory meal. Damn. All right. So damn, victory meal. Like my real victory meal, or like the first meal I eat after the fight.
Now, fuck that meal. That meal don't count because it's going to be
that meal.
what time. I'm talking about how you're celebrating with food.
All right. So I'm probably gonna go fucking right down the street. 32nd, an Indian school. It won't be open after the fight, but Mrs. Chicken. All right. You got to go there. The best fried chicken I've ever eaten in my life. And the shit gets real spicy. So I used to do double X hot.
Ooh.
I do hot normally now. But yeah, I was actually eating Mrs. Chicken when I got this fight offered to me. So and that's the convenience of fighting at 155, every Saturday I typically go there. I pick up some food for, myself and my little girl. And, that's my favorite spot to get chicken, and chicken is my favorite food besides steak, but I just love fried chicken, something special about it. So good, hot Nashville chicken from Mrs. Chicken. I'll go there Sunday, get some.
See, I knew you were going to knock it out of the park. Now, see, I'm not the biggest fried chicken guy because we don't have good fried chicken out here. We just don't. At least in Tucson. You know what I mean? So for me, if you're going to back this Miss Chicken that much, now I'm kind of a bitch when it comes to spice, though. I'm not going to lie. I'll be real with you. You have like a mild.
Yeah, they got mild, medium, hot, double X, triple X. I've had the triple X once, and yeah, it was hot. That was fucking hot. The double X is hot. Even the hot is hot if you're not used to it. But I had to get accustomed to it, right? So, yeah, that spot. So there's a spot in Chicago called Harold's Chicken, and they actually have a Harold's Chicken out here, I guess. I haven't been to it, but I used to love that place too. Really good fried chicken. That was my favorite spot. But then to get fried chicken besides just like, some normal run-of-the-mill Churches or Popeyes. But yeah, when I've eaten more and more fried chicken, like I've realized that I can't even eat Popeyes anymore. I'm like, what the fuck is this actually? Churches is actually better than Popeyes now to me. I'm like, what happened? I used to love Popeyes, and now it's like I don't know if they changed their spices or some shit, but they've been going downhill after COVID. I don't know what the fuck happened. But back to what I'm saying. Harold's was really good. Different type of fried chicken, though. They put like a barbecue sauce on it. So if you don't like spice, there is a Harold's chicken somewhere in Phoenix. I would go there if you don't like the spice. But Mrs. Chicken also does a classic no spicy chicken, and I get that for my little girl, and damn, that's a good ass piece of normal fried chicken right there. So, you can still go to Mrs. Chicken for that.
What I'm saying is, I can handle a little bit of spice. I just can't handle this, this hot or triple hot or all that shit. You know what
No,
I mean?
you gotta do like one.
Okay.
You gotta go. Just do one double X. I just want to see it after the
Bet.
fight. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm scared, but I'll do it.
All right,
I'll do
go. A double X. Don't worry, it won't be all the way. It won't be triple X, but double X. It'll be hot. It'll.
Okay. I'll have to wear gloves so that I can, wipe my eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's bad. It's bad, but I'll do it. I will do it.
For me, you'll do it. I appreciate that.
I will do it. 100%. All right. So, like I said, knock that one out of the park. That's great. That's great. Now, you were talking about old management. How did you end up with Iridium? I know a lot of people probably don't ask about management because, a lot of people probably don't give a shit. But I work with a lot of Iridium guys in the past. I mean, so how did you end up there?
Well, I'm actually not with Iridium anymore. But
what?
Yeah, there was, some stuff happened. It's not for me to talk about, right? But I ended up with Iridium through Coach Eddie, because Coach Eddie was good friends with Jason and all those guys, and it seemed like a lot of my teammates also were with Iridium, and they were getting like good deals. So I was like, all right, let's do it, easy, And I I've never even my last manager, like before Iridium, he got me into the UFC at least, like he got me into the position to get there, right? I had to win the fights, but he got me there. So I can't knock him. Iridium did really well with, sponsors and all that. And I mean, there were a few good fight opportunities that I had with them too, so I've had, I think good mix of managements right now. I'm talking to I'm talking to Roman with I like him a lot actually, but I haven't signed anything yet. Richie was calling me actually right now when we were talking. So I should probably go and read that contract and sign it. But I'm just so bad at emails. It's just like, I don't know, like I'm just not good. It's just my laziness. I could be good at anything that I wanted to be good at, but I just don't want to look at my emails. So that's just a personal thing. But yeah, so I liked Iridium. I was with them because of Coach Eddie pretty much. And I'm not with them anymore.
Okay. Well, hey, shit happens.
Yeah.
Shit happens. But I'll tell you what, I extremely biased here. I love Roman. So if that's where you end up,
he
that's
seems like he seems like a really cool guy. So I like him too.
All right, my mans. Well, look, dude, I could fucking literally sit here and ask you 1,010,000 other fucking questions, but we both have fucking, families and daughters to get to. So I won't take up any more of your time. Again, you fight April 22nd at the Celebrity Theater in downtown Phoenix, Arizona. Main event status, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta let that one play. But before I let you go, is there anybody that you would like to thank? Coaches, training partners, sponsors, whatever, man. The floor is yours.
I don't really have sponsors. So, I like to thank. What?
I said we got to change that, man. We got to get you paid. Miss Chicken, where you at?
Mrs. Chicken, where's my sponsorship? I go there every Saturday. Let's go. All the guys there know me too, so it's pretty funny. I just want to thank my team, my coaches, Tino, Eddie, Angel, all the guys at the gym, my training partners, JP, Paris actually been giving me good feedback and stuff, like Hunter, even my guys on my amateur team, I'm having them help me too, like, honestly, I just like the group of people around me. Everyone, if I didn't name you, I'm sure you know that I care, and I like that you're there, and yeah, I got to thank my girl, for letting me fight. And then my little girl for giving me, like, motivation when I come home. Well, actually, she doesn't even give me motivation. I like that I'm able to come home and just forget about everything and just squeeze her and hold her, and then boom, I can go back to thinking about, murdering somebody in a cage, so that's fun. Thank them for getting my mind eased.
All right, man. I love it. Where can they follow you on social media?
Social media, Bobby _ the Wolfman, WLFMN. And I do have a Twitter. Someone tried to hack it. I thought I didn't have one. So it's the same tag as that, Bobby _ the Wolfman, WLFMN. I don't post anything on there, so there's no point in following me. But you could do it anyways if you want to make me feel cool.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. You don't need to feel cool. You are cool. Family man, a fighter, a beast in the cage. We love to see it. April 22nd, you're going to get your hand raised in the main event. I cannot wait to call it, my mans.
Go. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.